It honestly makes me feel kind of sad when I see someone with really bad photos on Tinder, because it's like, how ugly do you have to be in real life for you to think that those photos were the good ones?
Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Man Guide. Women think they're so amazing, but they're losing their mind that men don't want relationships. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
I have a lot of tattoos, but the one thing I don't have tattooed is dumb bitch across my fucking forehead, so I need to stop acting like one.
How much money is in your guys' bank account?
I got like 1,500 right now.
I got like 90K.
You said what?
Like 90K.
90000.
Where'd you get that money?
My dad. And he works for that company, you know that.
But he just gave you that?
I mean, like, it's like over time, but yeah.
So this whole time you...
I mean, you're my boyfriend, like...
But like, you didn't pay for anything for the last 3 months.
Well, you never asked. You never asked. Like, I would.
I bought you dinner like, at least like 15 times since...
I don't know why you're mad.
Like, what is wrong with you?
You never asked me. Like, you know my dad has money.
Nah.
Yeah.
And that's when you know it's a red flag and you walk the fuck away. You shouldn't have to ask. A woman that likes you, that wants to be with you, should offer and should want to be able to contribute to the relationship.
How much money is in your guys' bank account?
I don't know, maybe like a grand, two.
Like 80K.
You have 80K? Who do you think I am? You have 80K?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the 80K from?
My family.
Gave you money?
I literally pay for everything. You have 80K? And I'm sitting here with 2 grand? What? Are you kidding me? Yeah, what the f***?
What if, and just hear me out for a second, you shut up.
What's your definition of a hoe?
Oh!
So what's your definition of a hoe?
Me.
A hoe is somebody that is just having a lot of sex, like simply put. You know what I mean? That's what I think. But like, and not having much self-respect.
You smart.
Once upon a time, not long ago.
Men are out here with the most audacity. My friend just hit me up because her man cheated on her. But when I tell you that this man was the ugliest man I have ever seen, I was like, este tipo fue un tipo más feo. Like, he literally, the ugliest man in Miami. Like, the ugliest man in Miami. And
Sure.
he cheated on her. What is happening? Like, who is he? Este tipo tan feo to fucking cheat on my friend. Excuse me. What?
He wasn't that ugly if he was able to cheat, girl.
Like, what?
What kind of question is this?
I didn't ask.
Mothers and daughters, we don't talk about this.
Ma, ¿cuánta gente tú has dormido con?
Ay, yo desde me iba a acordar de eso y era puta en Cuba, ¿cómo me acuerdo yo de eso?
Okay. Am I showing off my boobs? Or do I just have boobs and exist?
I have a lot of tattoos, but the one thing I don't have tattooed is dumb bitch across my fucking forehead, so I need to stop acting like one.
So you're saying, like, once a guy gets in a relationship with a girl, she has to just, like, go ghost off everything?
It's not about go ghost, but it's about respecting your man. If you're in a relationship and you're still posting pictures of yourself all over the place and you're still making it appear as you may be available, that's disrespectful to the man to a degree. It's the same exact analogy. Why is it when I asked you, how do you feel about a for sale sign on your new car, you had an issue with that, and then I tell you that's how men feel, and you're like, that's toxic? See how it doesn't make sense?
You switched it to provocative. I said nothing about provocative.
It's an analogy. It's an analogy. I'm trying to put you in the shoes of the man.
Okay, so what if the guy's still posting the same type of stuff? The girl's just not supposed to care about it?
Men don't have the same market pull that women do. That's what I was trying to describe to you earlier.
Okay, so
you can
that
take the
means
most
it's
attractive
okay.
guy, right? You take a guy that's a 10, right? Nice jawline, in shape, etc. He posts a picture of himself, himself shirtless. You take a girl that's average, not even in good shape.
In a bikini.
In a bikini, she posts a picture of herself. That girl is gonna get 11x as much attention as that guy.
If you don't like me, that's fine. But, watch your mouth.
My mother-in-law says she doesn't love me anymore.
I didn't say that. I'll always love you. What I said was, I wouldn't take my son back, it's your problem now.
It's the same thing.
I need him biblically. I need him in a way that is concerning to feminism.
Beginning of August, I tried roster dating because it's something I've never done before, and I low-key just wanted to forcefully burn myself out of dating. I don't know what it was about this time, but I did it. I learned something new about myself. I used to be all about that quick, passionate love. Now I just really want that slow burn. I feel like I deserve a
You probably have a slow burn after all those quick, passionate loves.
slow love, and I feel like that's something that I would want. A really quick way I learned is that I am now more uncomfortable with the idea of early physical intimacy. I'm not even talking about like bedroom intimacy.
So you fucked yourself. You fucked your intimacy meter now that you can't even be intimate with anybody. This is exactly what happens to women that get ran through.
Talking about holding hands, kissing, like him touching the small of my back or any of that. I went on like 6 first dates and 3 of them kissed me. And back in the past when I would date more monogamously, like it was like pretty like whatever. I was like, oh, okay, for them to kiss me, like this is pretty natural and normal because there's only one guy. But now that I try dating multiple people, I just like noticed that my mind, like I was very uncomfortable. I was very not into it. I don't know. I just felt like this is not right. Like we haven't built anything and I don't know why you'd want to kiss me. Like we're just kissing for the sake of kissing. And I don't know. I really didn't like that. So now I'm more about that slow kind of friends to lovers. I kind of want that now. I just want to get to know each other and build like an actual foundation.
After you get ran through.
It
Gotcha.
smells so good. Anyways, I want to build like an actual foundation between the two of us before we like venture out into what makes us romantic. I don't know, girly pops. We deserve a slow love, and that is something that I'm going to stand by now. Also, I've always...
Before is you deserve a roster. Everybody needs a roster. Now you deserve to be monogamous. You deserve to be cared by only one guy. I guess women just deserve anything they want to deserve.
wanted to try this scent. Dias and Durga is now on Tiger Lily if you want to purchase it. I got the I don't know what scent and I'm in love.
So this chick who sounds like a man is even able to date multiple men at once. That's how trash the dating market in America is. So there's no way any female in her 20s in this day and age has not dated more than one guy at a time. Not only do these thoughts on social media have dudes sliding into their DMs all day long, which gives them both the option and the temptation to date multiple guys at once, they're encouraged to do it at every turn.
Yep.
The feminist hot girl summer sisterhood will tell them that they need to keep their options open, which really means sleeping around.
Yeah.
And they purposefully use every term to define sleeping around to avoid being caught or called out on it. That's why these videos are important, to help you understand womanese better. So if you hear her say she dated 2 years after her last relationship, that really means she hooked up for 2 years and probably played a lot of men while at it. But back to the video, it sounded like she lowered her standards and got a free relationship benefits from males who thought they were dating someone exclusively. And now that she claims that she has some guilt from it, she wants to find a man to treat her traditionally and court her, aka the slow love she was talking about. Or it continues to sound like she wants to milk the relationship benefits as much as possible, especially since she has vowed not to date multiple guys again, wink wink. Like if she was really sorry, she'd pay those men back she'd played for their money and time, but I'm pretty certain she'll just ghost them and hope they forgive her once they see her TikTok. Let's read the comments. Top comment says, friends to lovers is the move for real. Yeah, good luck with that. Most men aren't courting these modern women like that. After finding out that the female they took out on dates for 2 weeks and went back to her toxic ex, they find MGTOW and are going strictly Dutch, if they ever decide to date again. Something tells me that this so-called friends part is the man still footing the bill until the bedwench decides to take him out of the friend zone.
Exactly.
And that's what this exactly is, a super friend zone. Another comment. Going through a slow love at the moment, it's definitely different and calm. Translation, she's not used to being treated right because Chad and Tyrone never took her out except to the parking lot to screw him in the car at midnight. A female asks, so who is this slow love happening with? And the floozy in the video responds, no one, for now. There is something slow, but I don't know what it is. Well, would you color me shocked that no man she'd want to be with wants the slow love with her? Who would have thought a TikTok thought who brags about being a baddie on social media isn't going to be taken serious by the top 10% men?
this is the thing about social media, right? The comments, everything they post is up for grabs for men to look at. Yes, maybe I don't vet women through social media that much when I do date them, just because I'm horrible at it, I guess. But it's so easy. You just, if you know their names, you can go to all their social media platforms and literally get a sense of who this person is by all the things they post. And most of them are horrible people.
It's almost like she's not worth the slow love and they have options. If you want to know what she fully looks like, here's a video of her going on a date.
So I'm going on a date.
The fuck are you wearing?
Actually, I think I want to wear this. But you guys, it's not like a romantic date. It's a solo date. But it's not like a special occasion or anything. Like, I take myself out on solo dates all the time. Can we just
Can you just say you're going out? Why do women have to say I'm taking myself out on solo dates all the time? I go out to lunch by myself. I didn't take myself out on a date. I go to lunch by myself. I didn't take myself out on a dinner. Stop it, people. You guys are fucking stupid with this. I took myself out.
normalize a little weekday solo date and not look at it as an act of empowerment for a single girlie? Okay, I'll see you out there.
Oh, so she has to put a tripod and film herself walking and then come back and pick up the tripod. Oh my god, this is like Les Stroud in the Survivor Man, but you know, thought edition. She really thinks she's the main character, doesn't she?
What a surprise. She took herself out on a date, and she's making a virtue out of a necessity. Because if she was able to go on a date with a worthwhile man, she'd make a video showing him off. But that man she's lusting for might make her part of his rotation, like a backup for Thursday night booty call. And it's just what I thought. She dated multiple men that she wasn't attracted to, just to get the free relationship benefits.
Yep.
Just wait in 10 years after she's done many men dirty and she hits the wall. She'll be crying on TikTok asking where have the good men gone. You can't make this shit up.
And once again, I am reminded that the nice guy TikToker has a very predictable pattern, right down to weaponizing women. Now, there's a smaller creator on here who's been following the footsteps of his bigger name counterparts, you know, building a platform on empowering women, creating videos that fall into what I'm calling the empathy uncanny valley, because despite the fact that they're all talking points that women consistently discuss, there's something just off about them. But like all nice guy TikTokers, they inevitably give a take that they think is enlightened, but actually reveals their true colors. This time around, it was on centering men when it comes to misogyny at the direct expense of women and under the guise of harm reduction. I gotta admit, this dude wasn't even on my radar until
Dude, so many buzzwords. My fucking head's spinning right now. What the fuck?
mutuals had started talking about him. Oh boy, once you know how to spot a nice guy TikToker, they all might as well be wearing a neon sign. Now what's really sealed the deal for me, aside from the fact that he's blocking all the women who's calling him out and all the men who are calling him in, is how women are being weaponized. The hallmark of a nice guy TikToker is having a primarily female audience. They will have an orbit of primarily female friends. These women will be used in one way or another. One of those ways is through weaponization. Now, the nice guy TikToker will never tell the woman, hey, go get that woman who's criticizing me. No, they'll typically use the sad boy strategy as talked about in the Colleen Ballinger video. They will deliberately pick women that they think are vulnerable enough to be weaponized as so, and usually playing off the areas of women's unexamined internalized misogyny.
Because you really think men can just pick the women that watch us? We can just pick the audience and the type of women that watch our TikToks and our videos, right? That's exactly how it works. I only want the most toxic ones that are going to fucking trash other women for me. It's so easy to get.
In patriarchal conditioning. And just like once you know how to spot a nice guy TikToker, they might as well be wearing a neon sign. Once you're able to spot the women who are being weaponized, it's just as obvious. The venom that they have as they're going after the inconvenient, critical woman is so very specific. I swear to God, they all have the same speech cadence and mannerisms as they're doing it too. I mean, shoot, I've talked about this before and called it the Charles Manson effect. And look at the pictures and videos of the young women who were doing Charles Manson's bidding. You can downright see that they're just a vessel for somebody else's vitriol fueled by something that they haven't examined within themselves. This is not even a rag on the women because I've been there myself. My abuser loved weaponizing me for the inconvenient women in his life. Even if
It's always just men's fault. No accountability on women's part at all. And I just followed him because, you know, he was so beautiful or whatever the fuck nice TikTok it is. I did everything he asked me to do.
all I was doing was talking trash about that woman to him, I was effectively doing his bidding. The sad thing is that once the woman breaks free from that nice guy TikToker, she wakes up to what was going on and how she was getting played. Now, I remember when a certain, for legal reasons, unnamed nice guy TikToker weaponized women, including people who I thought were friends, against me, and how devastating it was until I realized it's not me that they're upset with. That they have that Charles Manson look in their eyes or in what they're saying. That's something vulnerable about them that hadn't been examined yet had officially been weaponized. So in some way, this is a PSA for women who have been on the receiving end of those attacks. This, at the end of the day, has nothing to do with you. And for the women who've been on the other side of that and who've been weaponized, while at the end of the day, we are still responsible for our actions and we have to be accountable for the harms we cause, at the end of the day, you were manipulated. And again, as has been discussed many times about many creators, these nice guy TikTokers like weaponizing women, so they do their dirty work for them and they get to keep their hands clean. But as I've said before, there is a reason why Charles Manson was sentenced to life in prison despite technically not committing any of those crimes.
And that's the living proof that these simps and white knights, manginas, and male feminists on social media are still not getting any, despite trading their dignity and selling out. However, there are handsome men that pump these single modern women's egos up with HBCU game or university game just to get the easy lays. What are these variation of games called HBCU or college game? It's fueling the girl boss entitlement dreams, telling the single moms that they deserve to have the world because the world owes them for what the wrong ex caused them.
Derek Jackson.
So I don't know who she's exactly talking about, but I guess she's pissed that this guy on social media is able to play these single women with a university game, as if feminists don't use men for free relationship benefits. I swear to God, these females will play men their whole life, then get mad when a man finally plays the game better and gets them. And then they're the chaste lady who knits sweaters for orphans. F out of here with that nonsense bedwench. Let's see the angry feminist comments. One of the top comments says, several give me the ick. Tizzy, Scott D. Henry, Mario Mirante, Robbie Harvey, The Jolly, Ginger Guy, and also Under the Desk. The HBCU or university game only works when the men are attractive. Otherwise, they'll get that reaction. Another comment says, Scott D. Henry watched a video and was surprised that all his comments were supportive of his point of view. Then the algorithm brought me here. Let's see who this Scott D. Henry is. Oh, he's this 6'6", something crazy like that, Chad, who's married and is part of a power couple TikTok influencer duo.
I haven't been home to see my kids for a while. I've been out of town doing some projects. I was in New York with the American Heart Association. I was filming a movie. I've done 11 stand-up comedy shows. And I got home and I was driving them to school this morning and I was like, hey, catch me up. What have you guys been doing? Like, I've missed you. Tell me what you've been doing. Like, anything going on at school? What's up? And Vadi starts telling me about school and soccer. Her knees have been kind of bugging her. She's growing and, you know, she's like, soccer's good, school's good. I was like, any boy situation? She was like, no, nothing's really changed. They all like me. I don't really like them. And then Drake from the back seat was like, oh, hey, I've got something. And he goes, the other day, I had a fart that smelled different than my regular farts. I was so happy. I was so happy that he updated me. That was worthy of an update. You know what, Drake? I totally get it, man. I totally get it. When they smell different, it's different.
And would you look at this? Because of the single women, single moms, and post walls that eat up his HBCU game, the dude is now in movies and making moves. No doubt he might have smashed some of his followers in New York. He checks all the boxes for these modern women, especially since he comes off as a nice, loyal Chad. And here's an example of college game or reverse feminism game.
And you can be happy, you can feel confident, that's great, whatever. But what we're not gonna do is fucking glorify unhealthy.
You're so brave. Thank you for sharing. I had a similar situation happen to me. I'd like to share that with you if that's okay. I went on a walk here in my neighborhood because healthy and I was walking by my neighbor's house, and I noticed they were just sitting on their front porch. And it made me really scared and confused, kind of, because I noticed they were smiling. And I was like, there's no way you're happy. There's no way they're happy. They're just sitting there while I'm out on a walk. I'm promoting healthy behavior while they're just sitting there, so I had to approach them.
What the
I approached them and I said, what are you guys doing? Sitting here on your front porch while I'm out on a walk. This is unhealthy behavior. Look at me. I'm happy, and this is healthy behavior. What you're doing is unhealthy. You're unhealthy. And I just kept screaming at them over and over how unhealthy their behavior was while I was extremely normal for doing it.
Just look at the comments.
What the
It
fuck?
worked. Women in the comments section are eating it up, especially post-wall overweight women. With comments like, every time I hear you say thank you for being brave, I know something funny is coming. I am so glad big TikTok influencers like you are standing up for Mary. I love seeing all these creators coming out in support of Mary. Thank you for this. You're so brave. Here's a more obvious video.
I can never do this, guys. I would never be able to pander to women like this. Oh my god. I would just have to take myself out. I can't even say some of these things to women. Fucking hey,
Video of
dude.
him pandering to the post walls.
Okay, if you're Scott D. Henry, pause this video and then watch it.
I did.
If you are not Scott D. Henry, this is none of your fucking concern.
We'll bleep it out.
Scott, now that I have your attention,
What's up?
is there any way that, like, you can quit your day job and teach a class on how men should act and how women should be treated?
I'd love to.
I'm 31 and I'm from Chicago, and these men are saying that they're like 30 plus.
I am amazed that these women are just so eating him up like this. I guess I'm not, because yes, he does fit the profile, 6 everything, you know, but I don't usually see women like this. That's why it's kind of weird.
But they somehow start acting like kids. Like, do I need to change their diaper? Do you need a bottle? So if all the guys can get a lesson from you, I think this world would be great, and I think I would.
And the comment says it all. Top comment is him, putting the men on blast. We can call it men be better. And here are single women or post-wall comments. Scott D. Henry's boyfriend boot camp. Let's go. OMG, I wasn't expecting that. Aw. See, Scooter, you are an amazing guy and you make tons of people's days. We need more Scooters in this crazy world. You even get this unrealistic comment. Yes, all of this. And also teach them how to be gorgeous like you. Thanks.
Oh my god. Fuck, I guess I need someone to teach me how to be gorgeous. Fuck.
And this. Scott, your smile is so beautiful. Brightens everyone's day. On other post-wall comments, I need a full university for boys to be taught to be men. Classes taught by Scott. His fans are so in denial and clueless, they think us guys who know their 304s are boys because we treat them accordingly. And someone like Scott helps fuel their entitlement. I'm not going to knock this hustle. These lonely females are paying his bills and he's living a 6 or 7 figure lifestyle because of it. He's a celebrity because of them.
Lessons in not crossing a gay man and his girls. So today is my friend's birthday and we were having breakfast and a guy next to us was like, oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. How old are you? She was like, oh, I'm turning 32. And he said, oh, that's really great. And then a little later in the conversation, he says, oh, do you have any kids? And she says, no, I don't. Do you think he left it there? Of course not. He says, oh, but you're 32. You should hurry up. And I went, ew, you couldn't fertilize a houseplant, you fucking gremlin. Some people do not want children. Some people lost their child. Some people have the trauma of not being able to have children. Like, do not ask that question to my girlfriend.
Whoever was that based man that triggered this homo and that post-wall bedwench, you dropped your crown, king. It's these feminist allies that cheer on modern women to sleep around. You'd think gay men would be more compassionate towards straight men, but they're like women. They have no clue how hard it is to date modern women because they only date men. They can get sex as easily as a handshake. So that's why they're usually happy and cheerful. They don't have to date modern women. And it's this gay guy in the video that shits on straight men, which makes the atmosphere for toxic because it really seems like he hates straight men with a passion. So I'm glad his panties got in a bunch. Let's see the feminist comments. Top comment says, "Do not ask that to anyone. Wow, the audacity. People are ridiculous. I thought these are strong and independent women. Why is it that the feminists always demand that you can't
even ask simple questions nowadays, huh?
Say certain things to women?
You just get
like
triggered!
Ask them how old they are. I thought they wanted equality." A post-wall comments, "Literally the best part of turning 40 was that people, mostly strangers, finally stopped telling me to have children."
Yeah, because you can't anymore.
That's massive cope, because she's not reminded every time someone asks that she's a leftover woman. A new post-wall comments, "Thank you. I just turned 35 and was struggling with that. I dread when people ask me that question and then they ask what we're doing to help it." She dreads it because she has to face the consequences of her sleeping around in her 20s instead of locking down the best man she was qualified for. I hope she adopted some cats because she has 40 plus years of being single ahead of her.
If they wanna leave, then shake their hand and let them go. It's gonna be hard to, but if they loved you, darling, you'd know.
When these modern women offer nothing to Chad and Tyrone besides the bedroom, and they hook up with him, which disqualifies them from a real relationship, he's going to move on because there's plenty like her. Maybe if she spent more time cleaning and cooking for the 10% male than on TikTok, he'd be more loyal. But because she's easily replaceable and basic like the rest of the Starbucks drinking thoughts, he'll cheat in her face. And just wait till the wall comes sweet cheeks and you can't get free relationship benefits. It will be like this for the rest of your life, except there will be no man to break your heart because he's gone MGTOW. As always, I wish you tremendous success.
Shout outs to Man Guide. It's okay. The panders can make the money. I still think that me, you, and all the people on our side of the niche are on the right side of history. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.